feeling versus apathy. So there are times where we go through something devastating, traumatic, and we become numb. And that numbness bleeds into other areas of our lives, and maybe we don't feel compassion for other people like we used to. Maybe we get into, well, it serves them right, or it's just karma coming to bite them in the butt, or whatever it is that is apathetic. Apathy literally means without feeling. So it's the opposite of feeling. It's the inability to feel. And the longer I live, the more I realize everyone has a wound, everyone has a sorrow, everyone has something in their life that at any moment could come crashing down. And so it's important for us as human beings to be feeling, to allow ourselves to feel. And there are some times where we simply shut off feeling because we can't handle it anymore. And I can totally empathize with that. But when we get to that space where the immediate danger, the immediate threat, the immediate anxiety isn't there anymore, it's time to start opening up that feeling, that heart space. Now, I went through a few years ago, went through a pretty significant trauma that caused me to, alongside COVID, caused me to lose my full range of my sense of taste, smell, hearing, and my senses just kind of really dulled. And I after a few years of trying a bunch of things and not seeing the results I was thinking, I realized I became numb. Between the years of 2020 and 2021, I became numb to a lot of things. I became numb to humanity. I became numb to feeling. I feel like during COVID there was a lot of finger pointing, like it's your fault, I'm so miserable, and things like that. And I realized that's just not true. Like it's my free will to decide how I feel about something or whether I choose not to feel it. And because I had chosen to turn off that feeling because of such extreme trauma, then it was literally affecting my physical body. And so I decided to really just allow those feelings of anger and frustration and sorrow and grief to come to the surface to be dealt with. And as I have done that, as I have journaled and processed, it's been amazing the clarity that has begun coming back to my senses. And so it's important as human beings to feel. So if you are at that point in your life where you can begin to open up that feeling space, I encourage you to do it, even if it's slowly, to begin opening up and doing the work you need to find that feeling again. Even if it means to cry for hours, even if it means to journal, even if it means to talk to somebody that you need to talk to, it will be so beneficial for you. We are human beings, but we are connected to the divine. We are full of feeling. When Jesus was suffering for all of us, and atoning for all of our sins and our pains and our weaknesses and our emotions. He felt all the feelings. He didn't push a single one away. The passion of Christ, right? We literally are offspring of God. And Jesus can meet us halfway. So when we feel like it's too much to handle, ask God to come and lift the negativity out of us, to lift ourselves to a higher plane so that we can see the reason and the meaning behind the feeling. And then once we summit that mountain, our hearts blossom with compassion for other people, because it's no longer serves them right or there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm not even going to think about it, to I know God is in the details with their lives too, and what can I do to help them, even if it's just small today, because I know a little flavor of what that tastes like, and it's so bitter, and I don't want them to have to do that alone.